And what they have discovered is, holy cow, we knew the young brain was different, but we had no idea just how different it was. So when we're comparing the young brain to the mature brain, we're not comparing apples to oranges. We're not even comparing fruit to fruit. Yet sometimes we put the same expectations on the young brain that we have for a mature brain, and we essentially set a child up for failure. Now, I want to be very clear. I am not here to say that the young brain is not capable. In fact, the beautiful thing about neuroscience is it says the young brain is far more capable than even we give it credit for sometimes. But it does require certain things in its environment in order to be successful. The neuroscience provides the why, and that's powerful for us. Now, the brain develops from the stem forward. The last part of the brain to develop is right here. It's called the prefrontal cortex. Now, 20 years ago, neuroscientists thought the brain was fully developed and activated by 12. Now, how many of you know 12-year-olds? How many of you are thankful their brains are not fully developed? Whew. Young brains are different. They develop from the stem forward. The last part of the brain to develop is right here. It's called the prefrontal cortex, otherwise known as the executive functioning center of the brain. It is responsible for five major critical thinking skills. The first is causal connection, or cause and effect analysis. For every action, there's a reaction. That's why when little Johnny or Jenny does something stupid and you say, Johnny, why'd you make that bad choice? What does little Johnny always say? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So when little Johnny says, I don't know, we think he's being sassy. But let me tell you something, the young brain is not wired to be insubordinate. It's wired for unconditional acceptance and love. But their filters haven't fully activated yet. So when they're unclear about something, it sounds like sass. But there's a difference between being insubordinate and being ignorant. And we should treat it differently. When little Johnny says, I don't know, what he's saying is, I don't know, I got nothing. I don't know why I'm in timeout for the third time today. Please do tell, I would love to know. What's the number one question the young brain asks? Why? 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 Sometimes we get a little fatigued. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when my child asks why, I say, because I said so! And then I have to remind myself, the young brain is different. Most of the time when the child is asking why, he or she is trying to form a neural pathway connection. He's trying to figure out, how did you come to that conclusion and I did not? Don't discount what you do. Once you understand how to trigger positive chemical reactions, meet their social, emotional, Maslow needs, and grow their skills. Next time somebody asks you what you do, tell them, I am a fully charged neuroscientific synaptic connector. And I change lives. I challenge you, no, I dare you to rise to the level of your calling. You were created for such a time as this. Strengthen, encourage, and care for yourself because you are valuable to our ecosystem. And that will allow us all to strengthen, encourage, and care for each other. Blessings to you. Thank you.
We're absolutely delighted that Julie was able to be a part of our 23rd annual Parent Leadership Conference today. It just really matches many of the other activities that we've been working on throughout this year, especially with trauma-informed practices, our multi-tier system of support, dealing with social emotional learning first in order to be able to have our students and our staff be fully charged in order to work effectively together. It was a great morning, and she did a fabulous job connecting all those pieces for us.
What did you think about the humor she brings?
We all loved it. It's one of the most important things. We have to remind ourselves to be able to bring humor in our workplace as well. So we just thought it was fabulous. One of the great things that I think that she did a beautiful job was being able to tell her story as part of the presentation about the differences that people, all of us, whether it's in our homes or in the workplace, that can affect a child's life. And having her bring her own story in it was just absolutely exceptional. So we loved it.